Hey everyone, welcome back to K-DramaHaventv, where we dive into all the biggest stories, rumors, and behind-the-scenes moments shaking up the Korean entertainment world. And today we have a story that has been taking over every fan community, every social feed, and every comment section. Because Moon Ga-young and Cha Eun-woo, yes, that duo, reportedly reunited at the final shoot for Eun-woo's album, and what happened there has fans convinced that something major shifted between them. So grab your snacks, settle in, and let's talk about how one unexpected moment at a photo shoot turned into one of the most talked about topics of the week. It all began quietly. Cha Eun-woo was wrapping up work on his final album shoot, something that already carried a lot of emotional weight for him. He'd been open about the personal meaning behind this project, about how much of himself he poured into the music, and how the process pushed him creatively and emotionally. Staff described the atmosphere on set as focused, intense, and somewhat sentimental, the kind of mood you'd expect when an artist is closing a big chapter. But then, out of nowhere, Moon Ga-young walked in. For anyone who's followed these two for a while, you already know why fans immediately lost their minds. Their chemistry and true beauty was legendary. Warm, natural, and so believable that viewers spent months hoping their on-screen connection might spill into real life. They've always spoken fondly of each other in interviews, but they also kept their interactions professional and low-key after the drama ended. So, seeing Ga-young suddenly appear at Eun-woo's final shoot, that was something no one saw coming. According to people who claimed to be on set, the energy shifted the second she arrived. Staff members were surprised, but not in a chaotic way, more like they instantly understood that her presence was meaningful. She wasn't there as a co-star. She wasn't there as a celebrity friend doing a quick drop-in. She walked in with purpose, as if she knew this moment mattered for him. Cha Eun-woo reportedly didn't notice her at first. He was mid-shot, camera flashes going off, music playing in the background, and then someone called out to him, telling him he had a visitor. Eun-woo turned around, and when he saw Ga-young standing there, witnesses said his expression completely changed. The serious, focused look slipped away, replaced by something softer, something fans described as surprised, relieved, and genuinely happy all at once. People on set said Eun-woo immediately walked over to her, smiling like he couldn't help it. It wasn't dramatic or exaggerated, but it was warm. The kind of smile you can't fake when you're genuinely glad someone showed up for you. Ga-young reportedly congratulated him on the album and told him she wanted to be there for the final shoot because she knew how important this project was to him. And that right there is what got fans buzzing. She didn't come for publicity, and she didn't bring staff with her. She came alone. Quietly. Intentionally. The two stepped aside to talk privately for a few minutes, and although no one knows exactly what they said, people noticed that Eun-woo's entire demeanor seemed lighter afterward. He looked more relaxed, more comfortable, almost like her presence grounded him. They weren't overly affectionate or anything you could label as romantic, but there was an ease between them that hadn't been seen publicly in a long time. At one point, Ga-young joined him behind the monitor to watch a playback of the shots. She offered a few comments, and Eun-woo laughed at something she said. People around them described the atmosphere as natural, like two people who know each other deeply and genuinely enjoy each other's company. No awkwardness, no forced small talk, just familiarity. Fans began speculating immediately, posting online that this kind of support doesn't come from just anyone. Some netizens pointed out that Ga-young isn't the type to make random appearances. She's private, thoughtful, and intentional about the things she does publicly. So the fact that she chose to come at such an emotional milestone for Eun-woo is what sparked theories that their relationship might have changed, or that something had been quietly growing behind the scenes for a while. Others pointed out that Eun-woo has mentioned Ga-young in recent interviews, not in a dramatic way, but with a certain fondness, talking about how talented she is and how much he admires her work. Combined with this unexpected reunion, people started wondering if those mentions weren't just casual compliments, but subtle hints that they've stayed closer than fans realized. One moment in particular became the center of discussion. Toward the end of the shoot, Eun-woo finished his final set of photos and walked over to Ga-young. Staff said she congratulated him again, and he thanked her in a way that sounded sincere, almost emotional. Not dramatic, but meaningful. Something like, "It really means a lot that you came." Witnesses said she smiled, patted his arm lightly, and said, "Of course I would." It was simple, but sometimes the simplest moments hit the hardest. Of course, as soon as this story hit the internet, fans fell into two camps. Some believe this is purely friendship, a supportive gesture from a longtime colleague who deeply respects Eun-woo as a person and as an artist. Others, however, think this moment is exactly the kind of quiet shift that marks the beginning of something new, or reveals something that might have already been there. Fans pointed out how rare it is for Ga-young to attend events like this, especially when they're private. She's not known for making surprise visits or stepping into someone's work environment unless there's a personal reason behind it. And Eun-woo's reaction, the ease, the warmth, the surprise, only fueled the theories. Many commented that even if they're not dating, this moment clearly showed how important they are to each other. And truthfully, that's part of why this story has captivated so many people. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't dramatic, and it wasn't staged. It was quiet, sincere, and meaningful. And in the world of celebrity news, those are the moments that feel the most real. The buzz grew even stronger after fans noticed that Ga-young had recently been active on social media, liking posts related to Eun-woo's album. It wasn't obvious at first, but once people connected the dots, they started wondering if she had been supporting him behind the scenes long before this shoot happened. And here's something even more interesting. Some fans pointed out that once upon a time, right after True Beauty ended, Eun-woo and Ga-young did seem close. They attended a few cast events, interacted comfortably, and even had small social media moments. But then everything stopped. No more public interactions, no more shared appearances. People assumed they drifted apart naturally, the way many co-stars do once a project ends. But this surprise appearance suggests that maybe their connection didn't fade, it just moved out of the spotlight. Now, whether this moment truly changed everything, that's up for interpretation. Some fans think this was the beginning of a new chapter, the moment they reconnected after years of focusing on their individual careers. Others believe it simply highlighted a bond that's always been there, one that's more private, but still meaningful. What's undeniable is that fans haven't reacted this strongly since the peak of the True Beauty days. Comment sections filled with excitement, nostalgia, and hope. Hundreds of thousands of viewers reminiscing about their chemistry, their teamwork, and the possibility of seeing them together again, whether professionally or personally. Some fans even joked that maybe True Beauty 2 is secretly happening. But realistically, this moment wasn't about work. It was personal. It was quiet. It was something that resonated not because of what was said, but because of what wasn't. The looks, the smiles, the comfort that only comes from people who genuinely care about each other. As of now, neither agency has made a statement, and honestly, that's expected. There's nothing controversial here. Just two actors sharing a moment of genuine support. But the fact that something so small sparked such a massive reaction shows just how much people still love this pairing, how memorable their connection was, and how hungry fans are for updates on them. And who knows, maybe this really was a turning point, a moment that quietly signaled the start of something new between them. Or perhaps it was simply a heartfelt reunion between two people who played a major part in each other's past and still hold a meaningful place in each other's present. Whatever the truth is, this moment reminded everyone why Moon Ga-young and Cha Eun-woo are such a powerful pair, not just visually, not just on screen, but emotionally. Their dynamic is compelling because it feels genuine, natural, and unforced. And whether fans see another project from them or more moments like this in real life, one thing is for sure. People will always pay attention when these two cross paths. And that's the story of how one quiet appearance, one smile, and one unexpected reunion between Moon Ga-young and Cha Eun-woo became the moment that had fans everywhere talking, theorizing, and hoping. Thanks for watching K-DramaHaventv, and as always, stay tuned for more updates on all your favorite stars, dramas, and behind-the-scenes stories.